All right, here's our Monday Morning Makeover. If you or someone you know is dealing with hair loss, you know how traumatic that can feel. For Chia Lowe of Neenah, her hair loss came following years of battling health problems. This is Chia's before picture because she's about to get a special Monday Morning Makeover. You can see her hair thinning there on the side, but she's with Joseph Whitnick at his salon in Grand Chute for a plan. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? I am here with my beautiful model today, Chia. Chia, how are you doing?
Hi, Joseph.
Good?
I'm doing well.
Good. Well, I want to share something with you, and this is how it works. As many of you know, I do makeovers on a regular basis, and makeovers don't always have to mean taking hair off. Although a makeover can many times make someone feel absolutely amazing, and that's why many of you write into me and would like to have that feeling, is because of getting yourself made over. Today is going to be a very special makeover that I'm doing with Chia, and I cannot wait to share this with you. It is absolutely one of my all-time favoriteest things to do, and I've been blessed in my career of 40 years to have been trained by some of the top industry wig designers. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Chia. Chia has been going through a little bit of a medical situation.
Yes.
Medical situation. And because of that, the body fights to heal the inner body, and therefore hair is not needed, and you tend to go through a loss of density. Now, there's many of you that are out there right now that can understand what I'm about to share. Some of you might even wear a wig, but I want to explain a few differences this morning as I go through the process of giving Chia her hair back, her dignity back, her feeling of healing back, and this is all going to be extra cool. So we have talked, and we've discussed this. And what would you like to share with me that you took away from our conversation when I told you, a little bit about what it was I was going to get for you through the customizing process?
Oh my goodness, Joseph. So I met Joseph 3 years ago. Has it been 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
So I met him at the lowest point of my life where I had bald spots. And it's, as Joseph shared, dealing with chronic health issue. And as a woman, and industry. So I used to work at Colvin House, which is a domestic violence agency in Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And we were launching our Capital campaign, Joseph, like when I met you. So I was in front of the camera all the time, but I was losing hair. So I was so insecure.
Yeah.
And so when I met Joseph, and he was like, Chia, like, there are options out there. Because when I think about wigs, like, I think of Krusty the Clown from The Simpsons. And so, then he was like, no, Chia, like, you don't have to have, like, a blue blob or a red blob. Right. So, like, where now, So I was just speechless. So, yeah, I think it was...
Right. And what we've talked about is truly the difference between the two. And I will briefly show you that this would be a synthetic wig that is made in the factory. It's colored in the factory, cut in the factory, permed in the factory, and it basically can tend to look like that, which is very scratchy, right? So that's one option, and that's not a bad option. With Chia, I'm going to explain a little bit more when we come back in the next segment on what makes hers so much more special. So stay tuned. This is interesting. Ciao.
All right, thanks, Joseph. A longtime community leader is taking a step back to focus on her health, physically, mentally, and emotionally. For Chia Lowe, that starts with feeling better about her appearance. After dealing with hair loss and thinning hair, she turned to Joseph Whitnick for help. Let's check in on today's Monday Morning Makeover. Good morning.
Hi, everyone. We're back. We're back in my little studio, and it's a creative little place to come, and I'm here with Chia.
Hi,
how are you doing?
I am doing great because I have this in front of me. Look at this.
All right, I want to talk to you a little bit about, right now this is European hair. European hair, because of the fact that it's less chemical and damaged, it becomes a very, it's a little bit more expensive, the European hair. The one that I have here designed for her is much more comfortable. It's got a netting, which is like a lace. This right here, Chia, feel that? Tell me, you feel that's non-slip?
Yep.
And then the very, very front is a lace sewn so that when I get my finger in there like that, you can very rarely, you cannot tell the front part of that. It's very soft. And I'm gonna put it on her right now because the difference between this and synthetic is, what do you think?
Oh, this is 100% feels like just like my hair, where the texture of this.
What is that? That's the clown you were talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Like it's cheap and it doesn't feel like natural hair.
Right. I also pre-cut, right? Now, I know the future of this individual is going to have, her hair is starting to come back. I'm going to maintain her on a monthly basis so we can drive her back into where the hair of this wig is going to look like. And this is kind of like, what I'm trying to do is create a replica of what it is that she was wearing, because that's when you're going to feel the best, right? If I can just give you back what you had and it doesn't seem like you've lost any, how does that make you feel?
Absolutely amazing, human. Because I feel like as we deal with health issues, our physical health is, you have no control. But then when it comes to our hair, if we have this, it gives us a glance of hope.
Yep.
That you're like, I have no control over my physical health.
Yep.
But at
Yep.
least I have a little
Yep.
bit of control of how my hairs look like.
Now, assist in putting on. Put your finger there. Yep, there you go. And we're gonna put this on, and it slides right on. And it's, you know, you can use a wig cap at this point as well if you wish to. But typically, rule of thumb, okay, you can let go. Rule of thumb always is, remember, forehead. So for any of you that are wearing any kind of hair pieces, as I've been wearing hair for about 20 years, you want to count from eyebrow to hairline. So it would be 1, 2, 3, and you can see that 4 means, look down, Chia, that is her hairline. So this is roughly in proportion to her face. Sometimes they can be really low, and then what ends up happening is that's where you get very, very artificial looking hair. So I'm gonna put this on her. I've done a little pre-cutting around the front hairline, and you can see that without me having to do a lot so far, this is looking really, 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 really sensational. I gotta trim this yet. I'm gonna do a haircut here yet. When I come back, she's gonna be completely finished, and you are going to see someone's whole new look with their whole new hair.
Love this already, Joseph.
So
The thickness and fullness of this.
stay tuned.
It's time for the final results of our Monday Morning Makeover. This is Chia, who lost a lot of hair due to ongoing health problems. She's with Joseph Whitnick at a salon in Grand Chute. Good morning.
Hi everyone, we are back at my little studio where we created magic today, and I want you guys to know, like I said in the beginning, that makeovers don't always mean taking hair off. A makeover can be equally as heartfelt when putting hair back on. And there's many women out there and men that need to know that you don't have to feel bad about what your hair looks like on top or if you can see your scalp. That's not necessary, because it's so easy to take care of that. And it changes your mood and your health immediately. I've witnessed it for 40 years. So right now, get ready. We're gonna show you Chia's after. Voila.
Oh my gosh, we did it. This is amazing.
All right, how does that feel? You've been touching your hair since the last 20 minutes. How does it feel?
Wonderful. Amazing. This is the first time in over 3 months that I feel like a person again. I love this.
Can I ask you something? Everyone always says, is it itchy? Is it itchy?
Absolutely not. Like, it feels amazing. This feels exactly like my real hair, Joseph.
Yeah, I love it.
It's not itchy. It's not heavy. It's so natural.
It is. And you know, she will be able to wash it, style it, curl it. And what I've done here is very minimal. I used a brush iron on it just to give it a bend. And hair like this is such good quality. Turn around. This is the back. Look up just a little. So, you know, I put layers in here. And the layers are look at the layers have to be done. You really need to know, obviously, what you're doing when you're cutting a wig or hair system, because you have to be able to decrease the weight and not make it look, number one, too heavy, and number two, not layered and soft enough so that the light reflects. Because sometimes you can tell if someone is wearing one, and I've been asked that many times by my clients. So, in closing, young lady, because see, she'll also be able to do a little bit of tucking. Love it. Like, I love it. So, in closing, anything you want to say to anyone else out there that may know someone going through a medical condition or is going through a medical condition? What would you like to share with them?
So this year, don't be discouraged. This took us, less than 45 minutes, an hour. So if you're going through a situation where you're feeling crummy physically and you're thinking like, oh my goodness, is there hope at the end of the tunnel? There is hope. Reach out, because you don't have to feel crummy when you're physically crummy, like emotionally and mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guarantee that you will immediately start feeling like you don't feel crummy once you're giving back
Yeah.
100% what it is that you're wearing, right?
Absolutely. Because once you, even right now, the last 45 minutes, Joseph, this is the best I've felt in over 3 months. Yeah, since my first surgery. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mike, fabulous cameraman. And Rachel, you know what? Thanks for everything. And stay tuned for future makeovers. Let me know.
Looks great, guys. You look beautiful, Chia.